I want to talk to you today about all the people on the internet that are talking about spikes in the Schumann resonance. Resonance, not residence. Not nothing to do with the Schumann brothers. These are not the Schumann brothers. Maybe you recognize them. Mr. Cheech and Mr. Chong. My hat today is Germany for no particular reason yet. So anyway, I've got big issues with people saying, "Oh, there's all these spikes in the Schumann resonances." Well, number one, they're just getting information from some website. No one believes all these websites are accurate. There's so much, conflicting information, and you're going to say, well, so and so from Russia. That's what they always quote, the Russian. No one believes it. At least this one. This no one. I mean, I don't believe it. I went to look to see if I could buy a Schumann resonance detector. It doesn't seem like they're readily available. You can buy all kinds of stuff to go and, protect your personal environment from electromagnetic frequency pollution or stuff. I don't believe in all this stuff. It's like garbage after garbage after garbage. And then they're saying, oh, it's because the extraterrestrials are sending, what was the energy they were calling it? They were calling it gamma energy at us. No, they're not. If you were being sent gamma wave energy is, according to traditional biology, it's deadly to humans. So it's not gamma. And then, there was a setting that was called gamma on your old CRT, that was cathode ray tube computer monitors. It was a gamma setting. And, you'd fiddle within it and it screwed up your screen. You didn't want to play with it. So, gamma doesn't mean anything in particular. It's just a Greek letter that somebody is using for other purposes. And the Schumann resonance things, well, one website said that it's a very weak electrical field. And you can see other electrical field, like, the voltage of the commonly used electrical systems in your house goes and shows on the same graph that I was looking at. So, what are we really talking about? Some people saying there's these huge spikes in it. I don't believe it. I don't have a detector, and I don't know how these detectors work. If you're going to go and quote these things and say it means something significant, well, if you don't understand it and I don't understand it, and then you say, but it means something. No, it doesn't. It means but fuck all. It doesn't mean nothing. Because if you can't explain what it is, and you can't explain anything else, and you can't produce these extraterrestrial aliens, I'm sorry, I'm telling you, I don't believe you. And then you expect me to turn around and talk to the average person on the street and say, oh, Schumann resonances are off the scale. It means something. No, it doesn't. What means something to me is the fact that I am tired. I am very tired. I'm tired of the lies and the bullshit. I'm tired of it all. But seriously, the explanations that are coming through from these so-called experts that are talking to the extraterrestrials are no good whatsoever. So, you cannot trust your school teachers because they don't talk about any of this stuff. You can't trust YouTube. You cannot trust mainstream news. What can you trust? I haven't found a good source yet. But at least I can point the finger and say, don't trust these things. If you don't understand them, don't trust them. And then if there is somebody that can give you something, I was looking into all kinds of other stuff that, PhDs were talking about. And the documentation from, let's say, I was looking at some stuff from like the 1930s to the 1950s. Well, all these scientists are dead. The documentation left behind is like handwritten notes, in longhand. And, I was looking at X-ray crystallography and they were trying to explain what it meant. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, how do you get from here to here? Maybe it's true, but, if you don't give us the full information about what it is and how you got to conclude that, this X-ray diffraction pattern means something, maybe if you've got a camera, old school camera, and the camera's out of focus, you get all kinds of aberrations. Aberrations means mistakes, error. And if you're trying to say, oh, it means something to have, you can find something good out of this error stuff, no, you can't. It means your camera was not in focus, or you were getting flare, or you were, the Japanese like to get lots of flare in certain lenses because it looks pretty, and they call it bokeh. But, seriously, it doesn't mean you're getting a good, clear image of, what you're taking with your camera. So a lot of this stuff has to be thrown away. And, what's really happening out there? I don't know. But I'm telling you, listening to all of this other garbage and Bafflegab, it's not getting you anywhere, not getting me anywhere. It frustrates me because, how do you proceed when there's no apparent path? I'm sorry, it's not helpful. And am I hopeful? Well, I never lose hope, but, seriously, it's been a long time since I've had anybody, you know, smart come along that can explain a lot of this stuff. And then there's all this other stuff that people are talking about. Your higher self. This higher self is a pile of garbage. There's no such thing as a higher self. That's directing. Well, something is directing things, but it's not a higher self. In other words, it's not a more wise version of you. I don't believe it. It's not true. There is definitely hidden things that are afflicting us. And they can call them archons or various other names, but they're definitely there because I notice these things. That's very frustrating. No answers, but I've got a lot of questions. And the first question is, what the hell is going on?